The latest update for Immortal's journey to immortality has finally arrived, and fans are losing it, because the new preview for episode 167 is packed with huge developments. We see Han Li return to the Liu Yu sect, where he forces Liu Yu to reveal the long-hidden secrets of the Yuling sect. And from the looks of the official trailer, it's confirmed, Han Li formally accepts Liu Mei as his new apprentice. But that's not all. He's also learned the mysterious 5 elements spirit infant technique from the Yuling sect, setting the stage for something massive. Han Li's long-awaited attempt to refine his second nascent soul. At the same time, the first Tiannan trade fair is about to kick off, and Han Li, along with his senior brother Liu Luo, prepares to set out for the Nine Nations Alliance's Tian City. Oh, and let's not ignore it. Mu Peeling shows up in this preview dressed in a fiery red outfit, and she's absolutely stunning. Let's break it all down and see what's really going on here. So, first things first, Han Li accepting Liu Mei as his disciple. From the preview, it's clear that this isn't just a casual decision. To get the answers he needed from Liu Yu, Han Li went through a lot of trouble, even using the 6-winged frost centipede and the insect control techniques of the Yuling sect. It was a painstaking process. Liu Yu, however, knew that once she revealed the secret, she'd lose her value completely. Even if Han Li spared her life, she'd still be left to wander as a rogue cultivator, with no hope of ever reaching the nascent soul stage. And even worse, once the Yuling sect found out, they'd definitely hunt her down. Realizing how hopeless her future was, Liu Yu made a desperate but clever choice. She asked Han Li to accept her as his disciple, hoping to gain his protection. Han Li, surprisingly, agreed. Right then and there, he officially took her in and even gave her a new name, Liu Mei. Han Li could tell she had potential, smart, ambitious, and quick to adapt. Plus, he needed her help to cultivate the 6-winged frost centipede. So, as a safety measure, he planted a soul restriction on her and handed her some elixirs to aid her cultivation. Afterwards, he allowed Liu Mei to move freely within the Liu Yu sect. When she later met Liu Luo and Chang Tianquan, she even started helping Han Li take care of his mountain affairs. From that moment on, she became a real part of Han Li's sect. But the real highlight of this preview? Han Li's attempt to refine his second nascent soul, something we've all been waiting for. After taking Liu Mei as his disciple, Han Li learned the 5 elements spirit infant secret technique of the Yuling sect directly from her. Back in his secluded cave, surrounded by rare treasures like the Spirit Eye Tree, the Spirit Eye Jade, and the Spirit Eye Spring, Han Li began experimenting with this new knowledge. He understood that creating a second nascent soul wasn't just about power, it came with huge risks. But the advantages were undeniable. A second nascent soul could act independently, even fight as a clone, allowing Han Li to stay untouched in the background. It was basically like creating another version of himself. What really pushed him toward this decision was the Xuanmu infant transformation technique left behind by Xin Ruyan. Han Li noticed that it was eerily similar to the Yuling sect's secret technique. After carefully weighing all the pros and cons, and understanding every potential danger, Han Li finally decided to go through with it. He took out the wood spirit infant and began using the secret methods he'd learned, starting the long process of refinement. It was a slow and challenging task, and by the end of the preview, Han Li had only made small progress, meaning this second nascent soul will take quite some time to fully form. After this retreat, Han Li is visited again by Liu Luo and Cheng Tianquan, who bring important news. The long-awaited first Tiannan trade fair is about to begin. For those who don't know, this isn't your average market event. It's a massive gathering attended by powerful cultivators, all at the nascent soul level, where ancient treasures, rare spirit beasts, and secret techniques are exchanged. Han Li decides to join in, bringing along the Fu family's spiritual beast, the Iron Rhinoceros, hoping he might trade it for something even more valuable. But since Cheng Tianquan has to remain behind to oversee the Liu Yu sect, Han Li sets out with Liu Luo as his companion. Together, the 2 nascent soul experts board a flying spirit ship, heading straight toward the Nine Nations Alliance's Tian City, the neutral zone respected by both righteous and demonic cultivators alike. Because of that neutrality, the trade fair there has become a meeting ground acknowledged by every major nascent soul elder in the region. And now, the moment that stole the spotlight in this preview, Mu Peeling. As the ship sails toward Tian City, a familiar face appears beside Han Li and Liu Luo. It's none other than Mu Peeling, and she's had quite the transformation. Gone is her usual green dress. Now she's wearing a brilliant red gown that highlights her elegant, mature aura. Even her hairstyle has changed, giving her a refined, more womanly charm. Fans instantly noticed, her presence feels completely different now. That red dress doesn't just suit her, it elevates her entire appearance. She looks more confident, radiant, and undeniably beautiful. Honestly, it's one of the most eye-catching visuals in the entire preview. So what do you think? Does Mu Peeling's new look win your vote too? To sum up what we've seen so far, after accepting Liu Yu, now renamed Liu Mei, as his disciple, Han Li not only uncovered the Yuling sect's 5-element spirit infant technique but also used it, alongside the spirit eye tree, jade, and spring, to begin refining his second nascent soul. Meanwhile, the first Tiannan trade fair is about to begin, prompting Han Li and Lu Luo to travel together to the Nine Nations Alliance's Tian City, joined by the ever-stunning Mu Peeling in her gorgeous red attire. And with all these new developments, episode 167 is shaping up to be one of the most visually and emotionally packed episodes yet. After much reflection and careful weighing of risks, Han Li finally makes his decision. It's time to begin refining the second nascent soul. He knows exactly what's at stake. If he succeeds, that second nascent soul won't just be another part of his cultivation. It'll be a powerful extension of himself, a clone capable of independent action and combat. It would be like gaining another version of Han Li, one that could fight beside him or protect him in critical moments. The potential to greatly boost his strength and survivability was simply too tempting to resist. So, with determination in his eyes, Han Li takes out the wood spirit infant, activates the complex secret arts he learned, and begins the long and arduous process of refinement. But this is no quick ritual. Refining a second nascent soul is a slow, painstaking journey that demands immense patience. Time passes, and when Han Li finally makes some progress, two familiar figures arrive at his cave once again, Cheng Tianquan and Lu Luo. They bring important news. The long-anticipated first Tiannan trade fair is about to begin. This grand event is an exclusive gathering for nascent soul-level cultivators, a meeting point for the so-called old monsters of the cultivation world, where each attendee brings their rarest treasures to trade for what they need most. It's a spectacle of power, prestige, and hidden agendas. Knowing the Luoyun sect still needs someone to oversee its affairs, Cheng Tianquan decides to stay behind, leaving Lu Luo to accompany Han Li to the trade fair. Han Li already had a goal in mind. He wanted to see if he could trade for Geng Jing, a rare material crucial for his next steps in cultivation. Then he remembered the Fu family's spiritual beast, the iron rhinoceros, which he had acquired earlier. Deciding it might be a valuable bargaining chip, he brings it along to see if it could be exchanged for something even more precious. Soon, Han Li and Lu Luo board a magnificent flying spirit ship and begin their journey toward Tian City, the central hub of the Nine Nations Alliance. The Nine Nations Alliance's Tian City holds a special reputation in the cultivation world. Because of its neutrality, it's the only place where both righteous and demonic cultivators can trade freely without fear of conflict. That's what makes it the perfect site for this legendary trade fair, a location acknowledged and respected by every major nascent soul expert in Tiannan. And joining Han Li and Lu Luo on this journey is none other than Mu Peeling. But this time, she's not the same woman we remember. In this preview, Mu Peeling catches everyone's attention the moment she appears. Gone is her signature green attire. Now, she steps into frame wearing a flowing crimson dress, radiating elegance and confidence. Her hairstyle has changed too, giving her a more mature, graceful aura that perfectly complements her new look. There's a faint charm about her now, an unmistakable feminine allure that wasn't as prominent before. Dressed in red, she almost feels like a completely different person, dazzling, composed, and captivating. As she stands at the bow of the spirit ship, the wind brushing against her hair, even Han Li can't help but gaze into the distance with deep, thoughtful eyes. For him, this trip isn't just about trading treasures, it's also a chance to observe the shifting tides of Tiannan's cultivation world and to form connections with powerful cultivators from across the region. So, what do you all think? How do you feel about Mu Peeling's brand new red look? It's honestly breathtaking, and it adds a vibrant spark to the tone of this new episode preview. Now, let's rewind a bit and take a closer look at Liu Yu's background, or rather, the woman we now know as Liu Mei. Originally, Liu Yu was a golden core, stage female cultivator from the Yuling sect, a powerful demonic faction. Her spiritual root was of the wood attribute, giving her a natural affinity with life energy and insect-based spiritual techniques. The Yuling sect was widely known throughout the cultivation world for its terrifying mastery of insect control. Its disciples specialized in capturing, breeding, and training rare spiritual insects to use as both weapons and companions in battle. Liu Yu was one of their elite disciples, highly skilled in raising rare insects and using them strategically in combat. Meanwhile, Han Li had, by chance, obtained one of the sect's most precious treasures, the Supreme Wood Spirit Infant, an artifact of enormous importance to the Yuling sect. When they discovered it had been stolen, the entire sect was thrown into chaos. Furious, the elders immediately sent out search teams to recover their lost treasure, and Liu Yu was among those assigned to track it down. Alongside her companions, including Han Yunji, she followed the trail that eventually led them to Han Li's location. However, their mission quickly turned disastrous. Han Li, already at the nascent soul stage, was far beyond Liu Yu's league. The moment she and Han Yunji approached him, Han Li easily subdued them. During the encounter, he searched Liu Yu's belongings and discovered an incredibly rare insect in her spirit beast pouch, the six-winged frost centipede, an ancient creature known for its deadly icy poison and astonishing speed. Han Li was instantly fascinated by it and wanted to make it his own. Realizing Han Li's interest and desperate to save her life, Liu Yu made a bold move. She offered the six-winged frost centipede and the Yuling Sect's insect control techniques to Han Li, but under one condition: he would accept her as his disciple. Her reasoning was simple: as Han Li's student, she could earn his protection and perhaps secure her place in this new, dangerous world. Han Li, intrigued by her offer and eager to expand his knowledge of insect control to enhance his own gold-devouring beetle techniques, agreed. He brought Liu Yu back to the Luoyun sect, initially registering her as a provisional disciple. Later, when her six-winged frost centipede laid eggs, Han Li realized just how valuable she truly was, and officially accepted her as his apprentice, giving her a new name, Liu Mei. Clever and ambitious, Liu Mei quickly established herself within the Luoyun sect. Thanks to her intelligence and charm, she earned the trust of the sect's great elder, Cheng Tiankuan, who wanted to strengthen his ties with Han Li. He went so far as to appoint Liu Mei as the deputy peak master of Baifeng Peak, granting her real authority and a solid position within the sect. Han Li himself wasn't one to meddle in daily sect affairs, but as an honorary elder of the Luoyun sect, he couldn't ignore everything either. So he allowed Liu Mei to act as his representative, managing the day-to-day matters of the sect on his behalf. As Han Li's reputation and influence continued to grow across the cultivation world, Liu Mei's own status rose alongside his, earning her deep respect from everyone around her as Han Li's first and most trusted disciple. Meanwhile, Liu Mei never gave up on her own cultivation. Han Li occasionally taught her advanced alchemy methods and techniques for refining powerful magical tools, helping her stabilize her golden core and strengthen her foundation. Years passed, and Han Li eventually ascended to the spirit realm, continuing his immortal journey beyond the mortal world. Liu Mei, however, was still bound by her limited strength and remained behind in the Luoyun sect. Without Han Li's guidance and protection, her drive to cultivate gradually weakened, and she began to focus more on managing the sect's internal affairs and worldly matters. As time went on, her body succumbed to the natural limits of the golden core stage. Despite several attempts to break through to the nascent soul level, she ultimately failed. When her lifespan reached its end, Liu Mei, once the cunning, ambitious disciple who'd fought her way into Han Li's protection, passed away peacefully within the Luoyun sect, leaving behind her legacy as the first apprentice of the immortal Han Li.